to join the Shaolin, you must get an ice pick and shove it down your sizzle the needle and stick it in your ears. That's how you join the Shaolin.
You cannot defeat my Wu-Tang style.
The Mancubus, the Manticus, the Roman Caesarea, all the styles of the world. Cathay, Naiman. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this is JoeJinMovieSoAwesome. I'm Joe.
I'm One Jin.
This is going to be our review of Marvel's Thunderbolts.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's more like my review of the Thunderbolts,
Yeah,
and Joe's here to judge it.
Yeah, I'm here to listen.
Yeah, because Joe, he has been disappointed by recent releases of Marvel Studios.
Yeah.
And so am I.
Yeah, I don't even understand the title. So who's Valentina?
Yeah. Do you know who that is?
No.
Should we care?
I don't know.
Because this is what it's about. So
Yo. Before
Yeah.
One Jin starts, like I said to One Jin, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me thrice, I'm a fucking moron. And I'm not watching Marvel movies unless I get some objective opinion that they are really, really good.
So basically, it's kind of difficult to understand who this lady is, Valentina, if you haven't seen that TV show. What was it?
The Falcon.
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Okay.
So after Steve Rogers gives the shield, the what's it called, the Captain America shield, to not Bucky, but what's his name, the Falcon.
Yeah.
What was his name? Sam
Wilson.
Wilson.
I think so.
Yeah, I think that was it. So there's this attempt at like launching a new Captain America, and this is also played by Wyatt Russell, the one you told me,
Kurt
Russell's son. That actor plays this like newly appointed Captain America.
Okay.
But then he loses the shield eventually,
Uh-huh.
and Sam, he kind of becomes the new Captain America again.
What's it?
Towards the end of that show, that lady named Valentina, she's very sketchy. She's always dressed in black. She goes around recruiting these how can I say, like these the failed heroes. And I think it's like recruiting a team just like the Suicide Squad.
Or
so
Guardians
these guys
of the
are,
Galaxy.
I think these guys are supposed to be some sort of like Black Ops unit
Or the
under
Guardian
the
of
CIA.
the Galaxy.
So in that TV show, Falcon and the Winter Soldiers, there isn't much explanation about who Valentina is. And I think I learned from this movie that she is the director of the CIA. And she had been keeping these guys a secret, carrying out her mission, and secretly she had also been doing human experimentation in remote areas like Malaysia or Indonesia or something.
Oh my God!
Look at the camera.
Oh my God! Evil person doing experiments? I never heard this before, One Jin. Wow! Was it exciting?
Well, Void, that's a great question. The Sentry, was he as powerful and mentally ill as he is in the comics? I did not know about him. I hadn't heard of him because I don't read like the comic books, and I'm not really familiar with this character.
One Jin, what the fuck is a Sentry?
Sentry, he is the result of that human experiment.
Oh, okay.
And just like Wolverine, a lot of other test subjects, they cannot like withstand the experimentation.
Put the camera on me. Isn't that called the Hulk? Didn't they do this before?
No, Hulk was like an accident. He wasn't supposed to go through that.
But didn't the government try to
like an
own
accident.
him and stuff?
But it's more, I think it's closer to Wolverine because they signed up for this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God, another Wolverine?
But instead of using brute force and adamantium claws,
Okay.
Sentry he basically is like Jean Grey almost.
What do you mean?
He can basically
He's like a god?
like use all powers like telekinesis and everything, but
Yeah, that's called a god.
he can make people vanish like a shadow. Remember that movie called War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise, based on that novel? Remember when that octopus-looking alien ship shoots those laser beams to people?
Yeah.
And they turn into like this dust, right? So this time, people turn into shadows and they just disappear.
Wait a minute.
And this
So
guy.
why don't they call it just turning into dust? what's
I don't know,
shadow?
but he's called Sentry. And
wait, are they dead? So you're saying this show actually shows villain mass murder?
It's very ambiguous at first. We assume that they're dead, but they're not. They're trapped in this like netherworld kind of place. And the characteristic about the guy who became the Sentry is that he was very mentally unstable. He was going through depression.
Yeah, that's called the Hulk, motherfucker.
No, the Hulk is not like mentally unstable when he's Dr. Bruce Banner. He's a very rational person, right?
No, he has anger issues, and every time he gets angry, he becomes Hulk.
But he doesn't have this anger fit or
Okay.
anything.
Okay.
He's closer. This guy's closer to Is there any famous
Isn't that
character?
called Wanda? Didn't she have post-grief syndrome and decided to kidnap a whole town? No, I
Yeah,
just stopped.
only if Wanda's like suicidal.
Okay.
Yeah, that's more like it.
Sentry suicide.
Yeah. So remember in Captain America, the serum, the super soldier serum, is supposed to like amplify your character as well as your physical abilities.
Right, your personality.
That's why Captain America is for justice and
Yeah.
everything. But this guy, since he's mentally unstable, I think he kind of becomes even more unstable.
Okay.
So Valentina, the CIA director, she at first, because she's going through all these like Congress hearings and everything, Senate hearing.
Oh my god.
So she needs to destroy evidence.
Oh my god. Congress hearing like the Iron Man one had? The one that Iron Man had? Wow.
So she needs to basically eliminate all proof that she was in any way associated with this program. So she decides, I mean, she didn't even know at the time that there was like a successful test
Wait
subject.
a minute. Isn't this the exact story of the Hulk, the Red Hulk and the Falcon one recently where...
You know what? I already forgot what that was about.
Okay.
Because it was so shit.
Wait. Says he Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, only that he's getting locked inside of his head by his bad side. Okay. No, but I guess I shouldn't shit on hero movies because they're all the same story, but it's the presentation. Go ahead, One Jin.
And among this like team of this ragtag team of like the failures, we have Ghost, the one who like phases out, the one from Ant-Man, the
she's a great actor.
Quantumania.
She was in Black Mirror.
Yeah, she was also with Wyatt Russell in that episode of Black Mirror. Remember?
Yeah. No,
so
she's a great
they're
actor.
in this together again.
Yeah.
So she's there.
Okay.
We also have Scarlett Johansson's
Sister.
Johansson's sister.
She was in Arrow too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love her. She was in
What's
Dune,
her name?
Dune. Pug. She was in Dune.
Florence Pugh. Yeah, that's her
was-
name. Florence
Pugh.
And
She was
also,
Captain Russia.
oh no, what was it? She
Captain
was also
Russia.
in
She was in Arrow.
No, not James Cameron, but what's his name? Oppenheimer. Yeah, Oppenheimer.
Oh, she
Remember?
was.
She's the one who commits suicide.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Right.
Florence Pugh's there, and then the father, the guy from Stranger Things,
Yeah.
he's there, and we also have Bucky, Winter Soldier. He's now a representative in the House of Representatives.
Can
So
I be honest?
He's a
Can I be honest?
congressman.
Bucky can go too. Bucky can go.
So they're basically trying to unfold the truth behind this human experiment.
Wait. I have a question though. Like, how do they gather? Why are they gathered?
Valentina lies to each of them because they don't know each other.
To clean up her mess.
Even though they're like working black ops, they're all individually assigned missions up
Okay.
until that point. They had been working independently, so they don't know the existence of each other.
Okay.
So Valentina basically she basically manipulates them into thinking that each other is like a target. So she basically stages to kill all of them by killing.
Hey,
making them
Zezzy, I have a
kill each
question.
other.
Is One Jin doing a good job explaining the movie? Because you told us you watched this. Is One Jin doing a good job? But anyway.
So they're stuck in this vault,
Okay.
which is a trap,
Uh-huh.
where there's all this evidence and it's about to be incinerated.
Okay.
There's this guy named Bob who was in a box. He just pops out of the box. And this guy's the so-called Sentry.
Okay.
And the whole team, they have no idea who the fuck he is.
Okay.
And he doesn't remember what he's doing there.
Oh, but he's John Gray.
And,
Jin Gray.
but he also doesn't know about his powers.
Okay.
So after their escape, Valentina realizes that he was a successful test subject.
Oh.
So now she tries everything to keep him and use him. to have power.
Okay. One Jin, I have a question though.
Mm.
Why is this movie called Thunderbolts?
It's kind of lame because it comes from like the dialogue of Florence Pugh.
Okay.
Remember, there were Soviet spies,
Okay.
and when their father was stationed in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
as a spy, she was playing for the local soccer team called something Thunderbolts.
Okay.
So that just kind of became the name.
No, but that's all right because I love Captain America the name, but Captain America name is stupid. So Thunderbolts is all right. Oh, Void. Joe, Sentry has similar powers to Franklin Reed Richards' son, and in the comic suffers from schizophrenia. Okay, he's considered an extremely dangerous. Okay, he's a mutant. Okay, like X-Men. There we go.
So he eventually becomes like marketed as this new superhero named Sentry, and Valentina kind of she embellishes him, but he realizes that he doesn't have to follow Valentina's orders because he's basically like a god.
Like a Superman.
Yeah, he's even stronger than Superman because he also has like psychic powers.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he's
So-
schizo.
Yeah, so he like the moment he kind of refuses to take Valentina's orders, and when he intimidates her, she had this like safe switch that supposedly kills him instantly, just like in what's it called? Not Justice League, but the
Like
Suicide Squad. Yeah.
The sun is going real low. You can't sleep, baby.
And when he gets killed, I think his alter ego kind of wakes up, like the darker side of him,
Okay.
and things get out of control. So remember I told you that he can turn people into shadows? So Florence Pugh kind of walks into that shadow, and she goes into that like the shadow world, the netherworld kind of place.
Oh my God.
And now it's like a therapy time.
Like
It's
Doctor
like,
Strange.
Yeah, it's like, you're not alone. We're here with you.
Yo.
Don't listen to that
Yo,
alter ego.
Yo, Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that, huh? Like an alternate dimension. Hell yeah, baby.
So he learns that he's not alone. He's got friends,
Oh my
and then
God.
his brighter side comes back.
Oh my God.
And everything's good now. And Valentina is now under like she's now leashed by this team of the Ragtags. That's how the movie ends.
What?
Uh-huh.
So what's the climax? Tell me about the climax. What was at stake? So, so Sentry was trying to...
Yeah, he spreads his darkness all throughout Manhattan.
But the Thunderbolts stop him.
Yeah, they jump into that shadow, and it's kind of like the moment in Guardians of the Galaxy where they like all hold hands.
No, isn't it that like the moment where Wanda's grief goes breakdown and everybody comes in and say, Wanda, it's all right. That was not your fault. Isn't it
Yeah,
like that?
it's kind of like that.
Yeah, okay. Okay, Valentine's father started calling them that. Okay, who's Valentine?
Valentina.
Oh, Valentina has a dad?
No, that's not Valentina. That's Elena.
Oh.
Scarlett Johansson's sister.
Oh,
Valentina is the villain here. She's the CIA director,
Okay,
and she's that lady from Seinfeld.
Dreyfus.
Yeah, Dreyfus. Yeah,
Great actor.
Julia Louis Dreyfus.
Great actor.
Yeah.
Void, he can warp reality. Also, Sentry must be a really important character in the comics because Void telling us that.
I think they should have spent more time like showing us his like true potential.
So how
in
long
terms
is
of
the
power.
movie? And like you told me the plot.
The movie is like 2 hours.
Now give me the judgment. Like give me the analysis, not the plot.
Okay,
the
so
plot
you
sounds-
basically understand the plot,
No, you know what I heard from the plot? Every Marvel fucking movie ever made.
but you do understand basically like what's at stake and what happens.
Okay, thanks, Steve. That was good
So
explanation.
New York is in danger
it's
from that
New
spread.
York again. Wow, every Marvel... Why not Chicago or California? Why is it always New York? Wow. Okay, anyway.
So the problem with this movie
Why
is
not
number
Beijing?
one. Huh?
No, why not Beijing? I was just... Sorry. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
So, Jin, was Sentry's costume orange with a gold S belt like the comic? Yeah, it was really kind of cheesy.
Okay.
And he didn't like it
Oh, he
because
didn't.
Valentina made him wear it.
Okay.
He was kind of upset that he didn't have a say in the way it was designed.
Oh, when she was trying to prop him up.
Yeah.
Like,
one
like
thing,
the army was trying to prop up Captain
one thing I
America.
can first of all, let me give this movie some grace before I like knock it down.
All right.
It had some great actors. The guy who played Sentry, I don't remember seeing him anywhere before, but I think he played a really good. I mean, his performance was really good in this movie. The guy truly did seem confused, and he has this very ambiguous face. You can say that he may seem innocent, but he could turn evil at any time. So he kind of has like a face like Eminem. I don't know what his name was.
So he looks vulnerable and strong at the same time.
Sort of. And of course we had Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
We also had the guy from Stranger Things, and
David
Bucky.
Harbour.
Yeah, David Harbour. That's right, David Harbour. So this movie did have some great actors, and I liked the concept of Sentry. It was kind of refreshing that we had this like a neutral villain who had mental issues. And I think the overall theme of the movie was this entire like mental issue that we have in real life. You know, like self-loathing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So self-hate is a
And
huge...
I think it was portrayed really well as a power. You know how he turns everybody into shadow, like this darkness, this void.
Oh, so it's symbolic.
Yeah, because he's so empty inside. So everybody turns into this void. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But the problem is, just like the Red Hulk movie with Harrison Ford, the Brave New World, Captain America, the climax and the resolution of the movie is just too quick. It kind of makes you think, it's like, oh, so was that the end? That was it?
So it starts and then it finishes.
Yeah, they set up the movie and everything, and there's this like climax that kind of doesn't feel like a climax. And after that, you expect something bigger to happen later. It doesn't happen, and the movie ends.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
So this was about broken people facing a broken villain, yes? Isn't that what the fuck Peacemaker was?
Yeah, exactly.
So I have a fucking question. Isn't Peacemaker in 8 episodes did that? Was that 9 episodes? So Peacemaker miniseries versus this movie. How do you grade it? Wait.
I think Peacemaker was a superior show to this.
Okay.
Yeah. Jin, was Sentry's costume... Oh, hold on. Was the actor blonde? Was a big of Sentry's design in comics? He was not blonde to begin with, but he had to dye his hair blonde according to Valentina's order. And he also didn't like it.
So there's satire like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's it.
Isn't that called The Boys? Isn't that called The Boys? Where Homelander has to do stuff he doesn't like? But anyway.
So he didn't like the blonde hair.
Guys, by the way, I'm not knocking One Jin. I'm knocking the movie.
He was so good. He has these big eyes, and he can look like the most innocent puppy. They actually made me feel sorry for him from the beginning. Yeah.
Oh, so
he seems so harmless. His name is Bob.
Short for Robert. Wow. I haven't seen a Robert in a long time.
Hold on. Thunderbolts. What's the guy's name? The actor's name is... Yeah, this is his name. Lewis Pullman.
Oh, Lewis Pullman?
Is it?
Oh,
Is he related to Ben Pullman? Bill Pullman? Oh my god, he's the son of Bill Pullman? Really?
Oh, handsome.
Yeah.
Real good looking dude.
Uh-huh. I mean, we saw him recently in, what was it? True Detective, was it?
Oh, no.
Was he in True Detective? What show was he in?
No, but Bill Pullman is a great actor.
Oh my god, he's Bill Pullman's son? Yeah, you see what I'm talking about? Eminem?
No, but good looking.
All
I
right.
like that broken nose thing.
Yeah.
Any actor with a crooked nose, I feel like can do like better character acting. Like because it just gives that impression of, instability.
Like Adrian Brody.
Yeah. No. Like seriously, no. Because like the look is an asset for actors.
That's right.
I'm not knocking them or anything. If you have a crooked nose, there's something about it that just makes you more like able to play morally ambiguous characters.
What was that show we saw? Nature. Oh, Sin. What was it? What was it called? The Sinner. That's right. He was in The Sinner.
Oh yeah, the season 1.
Yeah, the
right?
one with Jessica Biel.
Yeah, the season 1 was great.
Okay.
Oh, he has his father. He was so good. He has these big eyes. Okay, he kind of reminds me of the actor who played Loki. Yeah. So, Loki, they done it before.
And you know, another problem with this movie is the ragtag team. Because if you're gonna have this like team of you know, these like misfits, you have to write dialogues really clever in a clever way that the interaction
Like
kind
Age
of
of
feels
Ultron?
like organic, like the Age of Ultron, or like what we saw from the second not Justice League, but the second Suicide Squad, or
the Suicide Squad.
yeah, Peacemaker, or Guardians of the Galaxy. But this movie did not give them enough time, nor the dialogue, to really establish that organic bond among these guys.
I have a question. Do you think they edited it out, or what was the impression you had? Was it like...
I think it's just poorly written.
Okay.
Yeah. Even if they had some scenes that were deleted, I don't think... The feeling I get is that I don't think it's as well written as Peacemaker or, what's it called? I keep forgetting Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad.
What was the Soviet Captain America called again?
The Red Guard, was it?
Oh, yeah.
The Red Guard?
The
He
Stranger
was the comic relief.
Things. Okay.
Yeah, and the movie didn't really have like a burst out laughing moment. It
So-
just kind of gives you this like chuckle, and
No,
that
but
was
how
kind of
did...
it.
They have no superpower, correct?
Who?
Like the Thunderbolts.
Well, basically, Elena, Scarlett Johansson's sister, she's from that Red Room or whatever, so she's basically like a ninja. David Harbour's Red Guard, he's
like
basically
Captain
the
America.
Soviet Captain America. And Ghost, she can phase in and out. And they somehow found a way to stop her using this like sonic radio thing.
Okay.
And who else do we have? Bucky.
So Bucky also not a super person. He's just a guy on steroid with a robot arm. So
Yeah, he's just like Captain America.
Oh yeah, Ghost. No, but I'm just asking, how did they defeat Sentry? How did they pacify him?
They embrace him with love and affection.
Fuck you.
I'm serious.
No. No, listen. Fuck you. is that for real? In the shadow realm?
I'm talking, man. I'm serious, yo. That's what they do. They go into that void. They find his inner the locked out ego, and they embrace him with love and tell him that it's okay. He doesn't have to hate himself anymore.
I wish they would tell him that it's not going to be okay. Okay. So, more analysis, please. Like, overall, like, how do you compare with other Marvel movies? Like, because this is a Marvel movie, so we have to...
This is just marginally better than Captain America Brave New World.
Okay.
Because,
Marginally
like I
better.
said, this is the Thunderbolts, which is supposed to be like a team. And I didn't really feel that as a team, they were inexpendable to each other. It doesn't give you that feeling. Not in the action.
It's not like the Guardian of the Galaxy.
No, because there you need everybody.
Do they have a team-up scene like the Guardian Galaxy? Remember, Guardian Galaxy 1, 2, 3, there's always this montage scene of them fighting together, using their skills with the great music, the slow-mo sometimes. Is there a scene like that here?
Maybe there was, but it was so weak that I've already forgotten it, or maybe there wasn't.
So there's no impressive mise-en-scène?
Yeah, so it's supposed to be a team movie, but it doesn't feel like a team movie.
Okay. Wait. Says he, ha, really? They go into his head and they find him and talk to him and they help him get out of it. Okay, Void. Yeah, that was pretty much the only way this group could have defeated Sentry. He's too powerful. Okay. Says he, hey, it was better than the past Marvels, but I feel like it was made by Disney because it's not meant for adults. Oh.
Yeah.
So is it not violent enough?
I mean, yes, there's a scene where someone gets shot in the head and dies, but it's not exactly violent.
Okay.
I mean, we've seen Deadpool.
Right.
Yeah, that's violent. This is nowhere near that.
Okay.
And also, there are a lot of characters, but still, if you're new to this movie and you're not really introduced to any of these characters, you don't exactly know who they are. So the movie should have invested some time on giving some focus to each of these characters.
Oh, so that brings up a good question. How is the plot Does it run smoothly?
No, I said it rushes too fast towards the end.
No, but like from start to finish, it just rushes. It's just people are just dumped in and goes like that. Okay.
So, the beginning, it starts with Valentina destroying evidence. But that's where the whole problem starts. I don't know who the fuck this person is and why she's doing it. And we just get this hint. And I'm not really convinced why we should care about Valentina, because the only time I saw her was at the end credit scene of like Winter Soldier and the Falcon.
So One Jin, I have a very important question. Would you recommend it to me?
I would, but I would just tell you to wait until this is available on Disney Plus or something.
Okay.
I don't think you really need to go to the theaters to watch this, which is like a very bad sign
This is
as a
coming
Marvel
from
hero
somebody
movie.
who had to watch Doom Part 2 in IMAX. By the way. So what's your number grade, man?
I would give this movie like a 5.
Yo, that's trash level, yo. What? Like, you confuse me with those talks. So why didn't you say? I should have said stop the plot.
Okay, maybe I'll give it a 6. Maybe. Yeah, maybe I'll give it a 6.
Yo, you know,
maybe 5 is too hard.
6 is still a F.
But I was still entertained by the movie theaters. It didn't feel like I wasted my time. Maybe I did feel that maybe I wasted a little money for the theater tickets, but I think it was okay.
Important question. Would you watch it again, and are you waiting for Thunderbolts 2?
If I'm watching again, it would be like if it's coincidentally airing on TV.
Okay.
And I'm not really looking forward to like a sequel to this because it didn't, like I said, it didn't really feel like a team movie. And I'm not really convinced that they'll team up again.
Oh, the plot is a race. The whole movie is a mild adrenaline shot. Okay. Valentina was played by the Veep actress, right? Yeah, Void, you're correct. She was great in Veep. I would give it a 6. I liked it a little bit. It wasn't bad. I've seen worse Marvels. Okay, a 10 you a 6. Hey, okay. So, before we finish, so who's Valentina?
She's the director of the CIA who's running Black Ops with these like supposedly sketchy heroes.
Okay.
And she was doing human experimentation to make super soldiers.
So, the way you
unsanctioned by the government.
Oh, Marvel villain doing unsanctioned stuff. Didn't we see that in Guardian of the Galaxy 3 where the brain villain tests animals alive?
Yeah, he was doing that in a galactic level.
So,
and he didn't have to be sanctioned by anybody.
So all I got was One Jin does not recommend this. He's basically saying that he's trying to be nice. Number 2, this is not a 6. The way you said 5 was more honest than the way you said 6.
No, I was still entertained. And yeah, it does have comic relief. It's a good entertainment. But if you're expecting like something from the glory days of these Marvel hero movies in the first phase of the Avengers, this is gonna disappoint you.
I go to the parking lot and I see 2 ants fight. That's fucking entertaining. But do I tell somebody to say, go to the parking lot, wait for 4 hours until you see 2 ants fighting each other? Is that like entertaining is a wide word, my man. So, okay, let's compare it. This is Thor number 1. Where is this movie compared to Thor number 1?
The first Thor was awesome.
Okay.
That was some Shakespeare shit.
Okay.
Yo, that was Kenneth Branagh directed.
Yeah.
You got Anthony Hopkins.
Okay.
You know that scene where Anthony Hopkins, Odin, is disappointed at Thor? And he's like, you're not worthy!
Yeah.
That scene, those 2 minutes are better than this entire movie.
Okay, you answered my question. So you weren't being honest when you said 6.
Man, it is still entertaining. Although it's not gonna move you as powerfully as like that moment of Odin, you will still have a good time watching this stuff if you like hero stuff.
So it's a great time killer.
Yeah, it's a time-killing movie. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's like a Marvel hero movie. It's just like a time-killing movie.
But if you ask a 12-year-old kid, is going to give it an 8. But if you ask an adult with childlike moment, he's going to give it a 5. I'm convinced that the problem is not the movie, but our age. Okay, Zetzi. So JoeJinMovieSoAwesome gives this a 5. Fuck One Jin for being nice.
6, man.
Okay, 6? Okay, so 6. Watch it at your own discretion. How about that? If you want to watch it,
do not build any expectation, because if you have any expectation that this movie is going to excite you, then it'll disappoint you.
oh my God, One Jin. Remember when we first watched the first Transformer together?
Yo, we were talking about it like the whole day, and I think we went to watch it again.
Yo, you just fooled yourself, man. The expectation is half of it.
Yo, that's Spielberg.
Okay,
That's a Spielberg movie.
he didn't direct it though. He was the producer.
Yeah.
Okay,
Which makes a huge difference.
that's true.
Mhm.
So JoeJin Movie So Awesome gives Bolts Thunder a 6.
Thunderbolts.
If you want to watch it, go watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever hell the Valentina is, we don't know yet. But hey, guys, thank you for joining in. We're going to take a short break and come back to talk about Let's Talk. So this is going to be for Scott Walker. This has been JoeJin Movie So Awesome. I'm Joe.
I'm One Jin.
We'll see you guys in a bit. Bye, bye,
Okay.
bye. Oh, Zizzy, it's good for a Sunday movie when you spend time with your family. Okay. Okay.
I now take from you your power.
Your dignity.
In my father's name.
Yeah.
And his father before.
Are you the gods of hammer or thunder?
I, Odin, all-father, cast you out.
Woo! Father, I did this for you. Love me, please. I'm your
Man.
bastard son.
And you are an old man and a fool. And man, that disappointment look on Anthony Hopkins. Yo, that moment is like when shit gets real.
No, but Thor was the first one was a classic tale.
I was a fool to think that you were ready.
Wu-Tang Clan is the best. Well, cut it off.
To F with.
Don't fuck with the Wu-Tang.